Okay. So, the power of a visual inspection. So, customer called. They had an issue. Vehicle wouldn't start. They went and bought a battery because battery was 5 years old and they thought that's what it was. It was not. And it's definitely, it could be a starter still because we've got wiring issues in here. But let me show you something. This is pretty good. Like I said, what the power of doing a visual inspection on a vehicle before you just start replacing shit and not testing. We got a big fusible link looking like thing under here. I can't even see the screen of the phone because I need glasses. Look at that. So that is tied right into the positive terminal. Goes back up. Not sure exactly where it goes at the moment, but that wire is completely broken off. You see, there you go. Now you can see it. Sorry about how it was looking, but look at that. That's pretty rough right there. So it's blown open, and then right here, I can't see yet. I'm gonna go disconnect the battery first, which shouldn't really matter because that's broken, but we're gonna disconnect the battery right here on that cable. This is the dipstick tube. It's rubbing against there, and it might be shorted behind it. We're gonna confirm that, but in the meantime, we're not gonna be able to do anything today. We're gonna have to get this. This looks like a fusible link, a big one. So we're gonna have to see what size that is and get a new one of those so we can get it replaced or get a whole new cable. So we're gonna go back up top real quick and see where that goes. It's coming up on this side of the engine. It probably goes right to the alternator. Let me grab my trusty, crappy clamp I've been using the past few days because I still don't have my tripod in. Let's see if I can get you mounted somewhere here real quick. All right, see if we can see where that red, I believe it goes to the alternator. Yes, it does. So it definitely goes to the alternator. So chances are, actually, it probably does need a starter. But what caused that to happen is the question right now. We're gonna need a new cable. I'm probably not gonna just try to fix that cable. We'll probably buy a new one. So I'm gonna disconnect the battery real quick and then go back under and make sure, actually I don't need to do that. I'm just gonna move that cable and make sure it's not rubbed through on that dipstick tube real fast. I'll be right back. So it looks fine. It doesn't look like it pulled through at all. So let me kind of straighten you up here. Let me go grab a multimeter. So the battery's in the back of the car on this one. So what we're going to do is test at what we can, which is our connections up here at the fuse box. So power, and then ground over here. Okay, we got 12.3. So I'm gonna drop this down here and get it on the starter. Make sure we have proper voltage at it. I'll be right back. Ugh, so much sand. Okay, so we got 12.3 at the starter. So that tells us 100% that we definitely have a bad starter. And what melted that cable? Was it the starter or was it the alternator that melted that fusible link? At this moment, I don't know. What we're gonna have to do is get the starter replaced and get it tested. And once we test if that alternator is putting out too much or too little, then we can go from there. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna have to do. So since I have the starter, let's go ahead and swap the starter now. Sorry, so much freaking sand. And sunny as hell out right now. Let's go ahead and get this starter out of here real quick, because we're gonna have to order some more parts. Okay, that's not coming off. Don't care. Come on, thank you. Why wouldn't it start raining? Like, I don't understand. Okay, got that. Let me go get another extension for that. I gotta figure out where the hell the other one is. Anytime I bump the bumper, it puts dirt and sand all over my freaking face. That was just miserable. Just miserable. Okay, starter's out. While we're here, see if we can kind of make sure we can get this cable up and out for the alternator. Highly doubtful. Yeah, it should be good right there. We can get it out at least. Okay, let's get the new starter in. Here's the broken end of that. Ouch. You know, the most annoying part is this sand I'm allergic to. It makes me itch so bad. It drives me nuts. Okay. All right, 2 bolts. Oh, fuck. Jeez Louise. Okay, don't make that too tight because I'm not going to be able to get the other one started. Let alone freaking find the hole in the dark. I think I got it. I can't be that lucky. Off me. All right, Alright, so we're going to take a risk here. Where that sits, so what I did is I pulled the alternator cable up to the top so we can test it when we start the vehicle, if the vehicle will start. So I'm going to go hook my battery back up. I'll be right back. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to start it. We'll see what kind of voltage that alternator puts out. It might put out a little bit odd because it's not hooked up to anything, but something blew up somewhere for a reason and we need to find that. So hopefully that don't move. Okay, so we're good. Vehicle runs. That's not putting out any voltage. So let me change that real quick. Might not be able to at the point here where it connects. So we're gonna pierce the hell out of that wire real quick. Since it has to be replaced anyway, I don't care about piercing it. I just can't see what I'm doing. Get off of me. Okay. So I shoved a connector directly into the wire. All right, we're gonna start it again. Right back. Okay, so, I mean, I'm not putting out any voltage. That definitely could be because we're not hooked up to the car, we're not hooked up to battery power, but I highly doubt it. I would assume that this would put voltage out no matter what. You know, some cars are weird, some cars, you know, are not. In this type of situation, I'm gonna double check that. We're gonna look it up and just make sure if they can give us some information on if this end's not hooked up to battery power, if we'll actually get any charging voltage. I don't know, and there's not much I could do about it at the moment except for like run a big jumper from here to here and just see if it does something, but I'd rather not do that. So our next step, we're going to talk to the customer, we're going to get one of these cables ordered, and we are going to prepare for an alternator just in case. All right, so I'm back. You're still here for this Chevy HHR. Let me go grab the alternator. So this is the entire cable, and this one's a little different. It's longer, and this might be a little bit smaller. I have to drill that. But anyway, fusible link attached. So now we can go ahead and swap it out on the alternator to the starter. That was what was melted in half the other day. So yeah, I'm gonna dig in here and get that swapped out real quick. Get a fan turned on here. Nah, they got plenty of breeze right now. Let's just try to get this done. Yeah. Anyway, I know you can't see anything, but you will be fine. We just got to make sure that this is going to work out well for the customer. That's all. That's all I care about. So, there's the original, melted to all hell. So like I said, I got to drill this a little bigger. Maybe. Barely. Just barely. I might not actually have to. Let's see what happens. Let me try to set it on there at least and see. Need a flashlight. Okay, let's go. Okay, God, jeez Louise. All right, I'm gonna check some voltage on the battery. All right, 12.3. I'm gonna go start it and see what we get. Hey, look at that. We've got alternator. 14.2. So that tells you there, if you're working on an HHR, I never ended up looking up the description and operation on it like I said it was going to, because I knew I needed the cable and I just figured I'd find out when the job was done. So if there's no main cable going to it on this vehicle, when that's burnt out, that alternator doesn't put out any voltage. I don't remember in the video if I tested directly at the alternator. That cable could have just been bad in other places. I don't know. Either way, our alternator is putting out proper voltage. We're at 14.5. Yes, I could do load tests on it, but I'm not going to because we're fine. Everything's working. That's all I care about right now. So, starter was dead. We're going to blame it on the starter that it burned the fusible link, because right now alternator is good. So let's get cleaned up. We'll let it run for a little bit longer, and I'll come back to you guys in a few minutes. All right. Well, all seems good. We're still putting out really good voltage. So that's all I got for you guys on this one. I'm glad it's fixed in a way that it helps our customer and that they didn't have to buy any more excess parts for no reason. Or not for no reason, but I just like when we can save the customer money. It really helps people out, especially in today's world where everything's so damn expensive, including my services. But anyway, that's it. Hope you enjoy the video. Like, subscribe, leave some comments down below, and we'll see you guys on the next job. Okay, well, unfortunately, that wasn't the only problem. So later that day, she had mentioned that the door lock receiver buttons didn't work, the radio didn't work, and she got a code. And the code was for the cooling fan control circuit. So there's a 30 amp fuse in the box that blows every single time the fan comes on. So I stopped by yesterday and took a look at it. I can't control the fan. It blows the breaker constantly on my power probe. Once unplugged, it doesn't blow the fuse. So we got a fan. We're going to throw a fan in it. Should be good after that, but we're going to find out. It's very weird that that wire like that did so much damage. But that's 3 fuses. There was 2 fuses blown underneath, or in the BCM, which is in the center console on these vehicles. One for the radio, one for the remote control door lock receivers. So, like I said, we're going to get this moved and get this fan out of here real quick, get it swapped out, and hopefully be done with this damn car, because I don't want to have to keep fixing shit. They're good customers, but it's a shame that that wire burned all this stuff up. Okay, see if we get this fan up and out of here now. Got it. Oh, there we go. And we've got fan engagement, so we must have done something right. So there's your fan. Everything's working. Yay. All right, that's cool. Customer will be extremely happy about that. Okay, well, hopefully there's any other lasting, lingering issues with this vehicle. So that's it. You saw the voltage on the last one. Alternator's working good. Now the fan's back up and running. Radio works, and the remote control door lock receivers work. I think that's it. We're done. I'm gonna call her, have her come out, and that's really about it. I'll see you guys later.